Australian Open Women's National Championship game for the Gilley Shield.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 71st edition of the Gilley Shield Women's Open National Softball Championships from Mirrabooka Softball Stadium. Tonight's game sees a highly anticipated matchup between New South Wales and Queensland. State of Origin softball at its best. We're just going through the preliminary game announcements now, and as the players make their way out to the diamond, leading off, Georgia Casey. Second in the lineup, uniform number 50, Stacey McManus. Batting third, playing at first base, someone that needs no introduction, Stacey Porter, very much a favourite here. Batting four, Sam Poole. Batting five, catcher Taylor Titsakronis. Batting six, number 47, shortstop Michelle Cox. Batting seven, centre fielder number 31, Rachel Lack. Next in the lineup, number 83, playing centre field, Shannon Keevers. DP will be Tarly Moore. And in the middle, one of the favourites, one of the strongest pitchers in the competition, Kaya Parnaby. The rest of the New South Wales girls will make their way out of the dugout, led by Rachel Secchi, number 81, Amelia Kudico, number 60, Ellen Roberts, number 43, Michelle Goris, number 82, Nicola Maitland, and number 37, Molly Keenan. New South Wales will be certainly looking to stamp their authority on this game right off the bat. They're first into the final and awaits them. A very impressive Queensland team that took care of business this morning in handing a 5-2 loss to South Australia to end their tournament. It's moving on to the Queensland lineup. Leading off, number 8, second base, Melinda Weaver. Batting two, uniform number 3, catching Carmel Sorensen. Batting 3 in uniform 25, playing shortstop, Chelsea Falcon. Batting 4, number 17, playing centre field, Jade Wall. Wearing uniform number 42, batting in the 5-hole, playing right field is Erin Thrass. DP tonight's game, the powerful number 15, Stacey Webber. We have Jess Torpy batting 7, wearing uniform number 24, playing first base, having crunched a large automatic home run in this morning's game. Number 4, Dorinda Stone, is hitting in the 8 spot, be playing third base. Young Tamika Whitefield, who herself picked up a home run in this morning's game, uniform 27, playing left field. And in the middle, doing the job in the middle, will be number 11, Justine Smethurst, fresh off a win this morning again. So head coach Fabian Barlow has entrusted his number 1 ace to go again in the final. The other Queensland players to come onto the diamond, number 18, Nicole Borton, number 67, Jessica Donnelly, number 19, Sandra Holden, number 48, Alicia Pribishek, Tara Speakman in number 7, and Jane Radcliffe rounds the team of Queensland Heat players out number 2, number 29. All of those players there will certainly have the butterflies in their stomach for what currently or what awaits them for the next 2 hours of softball. Richard Dodds from Victoria, the chief umpire in control of tonight's game. Our visiting overseas umpire, Rob Geesens from Netherlands. James English from New South Wales at second. Debbie Grove from Victoria at third base. And roaming the outfield, we have Narelle Thomas at left field and Janelle Hicks rounding out the blue crew out in right field.
At this time, if I could get everyone to please take their feet, remove their caps.
We've now got time for the national anthem.
Australian national anthem.
Australians all their hearts rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, where every stage advances Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing advance Australia
We're just making time for the official ceremony to take place, where we have a member of the Softball Australia Hall of Fame, the ever popular Kim Cooper, represented Australia 183 times from 1988 to 2000. Kim represented New South Wales in under-16s before going on to represent Queensland for no less than 15 years. Let's see how Kim conducts herself here, throwing the first pitch of today's final to Taylor Titsakronis from New South Wales. And across the plate it is, so she hasn't lost a thing. Well done, Kim Cooper. Duly recognised out here today, throwing the first pitch for today's final after a very long and stellar career. The players make their way down to home plate, where they wish their competing team well the best of luck as they head back to their dugout and get their game faces well and truly on for what would seem to be a very, very exciting final ahead. Very strong and loud crowd in here for both teams. New South Wales always well supported. It doesn't matter which softball diamond that you visit around the country, there's always strong presence by the New South Wales Stadium supporters. Likewise with the Queensland people, who together with their under 15 teams who are here to support the Open girls, I'm sure will be loud supporting for their team and hoping that Queensland can turn the tables and come away with a victory in tonight's game. If we look at the defensive lineup for New South Wales, starting in the middle, uniform 59 is Kaya Parnaby. Catching in uniform 65 is Taylor Titsakronis. At first base we've got Michelle Cox, Georgia Casey at second base, Stacey Porter at third, Stacey McManus at shortstop. In the outfield we've got Sam Poole at left field, Rachel Lack at centre field, and Shannon Keevers out there patrolling the right field outfield. New South Wales have been very strong all week, taking care of business and put themselves in the final, first of all, which gave them the morning off. Make sure they're cherry ripe and fresh for this evening. It won't come lightly. Queensland are a very experienced outfit, and that was on show this morning against South Australia when they come away with a 5-2 win to put themselves here up against New South Wales. So here we have it, top of the first innings, the 2018 Gilley Shield. Mel Weaver, Queensland. Check swing foul. Weaver, certainly no stranger to this environment, will know exactly what she needs to do in her role as lead-off. And another check swing. Parnaby throwing good location. No balls and 2 strikes to Weaver. Titsakronis gives the instruction to Parnaby. Ball 1 on the outside and up. One ball, 2 strikes on Weaver. Low evens the count at 2-2. Oh, it takes a nasty one. 1 runner aboard. Titsakronis feels that she may have encroached over the plate there. To that point where the umpires are happy. Or are they? Richard Dodd's just marshalling his crew in to make sure that they've got the right call. Head coach Christy Porter is out there just to check that she's got the interpretation of the rule correct. Everyone's happy except Mel Weaver, who's supporting a little bit of a war wound, but brings in the very strong Kami Sorensen, catcher for Queensland. She'll be looking to move the ball around here and get Weaver around the base paths. Takes the outside pitch with ball 1. Sorensen looks towards Fabian Barlow for his take on the play. And again, up and in for ball 2. Stolen base there by Weaver, who's caught short. That's a fantastic play. Taylor Tissakronis has rocketed that ball. Stacey McManus is there to collect the spoils, and Mel Weaver was found wanting there. Great play, Taylor Titsakronis. Stamps her authority on the game right off the bat. 2 balls and 1 strike now for Carmel Sorensen. And a swing and a miss. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kami Sorensen's had a fantastic week in the batter's box, coming into the game batting .391. 6 RBIs. Good at bat, Kami Sorensen. Taking Parnaby all the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. Parnaby rocks, fires, and a long shot by Sorensen. That's gone deep into right field, over the right fielder's head. She comes in, standing up on second base. Looks no further than that. Coach Fabian Barlow holds the runner at 2. Very, very powerful from the left side. Carmel Sorensen brings to the plate number 25, Chelsea Falcon, with 1 away. And Queensland's top half of the first innings, looking to capitalise on that. Will Falcon be? Very experienced campaigner is Chelsea. And a good cut at that. Fouls it off. Very experienced campaigner is Chelsea Falcon. One of the leaders in this Queensland team, of which they have a few, but she's very experienced and is no stranger to big games. There's a little bit of confusion there between Parnaby and Titsakronis. Just stepped away from the plate. Reset. Takes the signal. Falcon takes that high and in. Sorensen out there on second base. You're looking to get a good jump on a hit by Falcon. And Falcon drives that to right field. That's gone through the fielder. Coming round to the plate, Sorensen slides in. Safe, first run to Queensland. RBI, Chelsea Falcon. All important first run of the game to Queensland. Michelle Cox will be disappointed with herself there, not being able to glove that and hold the runner. Hit with such power by Falcon. The error was made by Cox, and the result being a 1-0 lead to Queensland. Jade Wall comes to the plate. Outstanding week by Jade Wall. One of the real strong hitters in this Queensland lineup. Again takes a ball. Working the count. Be looking for something to happen here. With Falcon on first. Jade Wall be looking for a pitch to get here. Falcon back to base. Titsakronis calls time and just goes out just to make sure that Parnaby is all okay. Three balls and 1 strike for Jade Wall. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One out. Runner on 1, full count, Jade Wall. Parnaby rocks. Great pitch location, Kaya Parnaby. Gets the second out for Queensland. Brings up number 42, right fielder, Aaron Thrass.
Play fielder number 42, Aaron.
Titsakronis is ready to receive. Strike one. Nice location by Parnaby. Words of encouragement by Stacey Porter across at third base. 2 out for New South Wales. A little bit of confusion. Parnaby thought the base runner had gone. He was very surprised to turn around and see her standing still on first base. Ground ball, second base, cleanly taken. Well done, Georgia Casey. That's all for Queensland, but not before they score 1 run in the top of the innings. On 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Queensland just having last minute discussions before they take the field in the bottom half of the first innings after getting a nice little 1-run lead, which I'm sure pitcher Justine Smethurst is very appreciative of as she steps out into the middle, complete her warm-up pitches. If we look at the defensive lineup for Queensland, with Justine Smethurst pitching, Carmel Sorensen catching. At first base we have Jess Torpy. At second base we have Melinda Weaver. Cross at third base, Dorinda Stone. At shortstop is Chelsea Falcon. In the outfield we've got Tamika Whitefield at left. We've got Jade Wall controlling the outfield out there at centre field, and Aaron Thrass at right field. The DP for Queensland in tonight's fixture, number 15, Stacey Webber, who'll be eagerly awaiting her at-bat in the lead-off role as we move into the next half of the innings. Justine Smethurst just getting comfortable in the middle, warming up to Carmel Sorensen. Justine is fresh off a win this morning, pitched a complete 7 innings win against South Australia 5-2, and coach Fabian Barlow has obviously entrusted her to go out and start this game and ensure that Queensland stay in front on the scoreline. I'm sure New South Wales will have a lot to say about that. None more than lead off uniform 42, second base Georgia Casey. Takes a first ball. Georgia Casey. 2 balls. Very impressive week has the New South Wales second baseman, and has a good cut at that. Fouls that off. 2 balls and 1 strike. And just looking at Georgia Casey's week, 35 at-bats, registering 18 hits with a batting average of .514. Really does show how dominant Georgia Casey has been this week. And she'll be hoping that that continues tonight. And has taken a pitch to the thigh, which didn't tickle. She hobbles up to first base.
Casey gets first base by a hit.
Favour was returned after Mel Weaver took a base in the first innings. Not that I am anticipating it was intentional, but it's one each. Stacey McManus. Attempts to put the bunt down. Foul ball. In that instance there, McManus is looking to put the ball in play to move the base runner around and put her in scoring position. The next batter up during the lineup, number 16, Stacey Porter, who's on deck. Just going through her pre-game or pre-at-bat ritual. As McManus takes a strike on the outside half of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Good eye, McManus. Knew that was off the plate. Resets. And puts the ball in play. A slap to shortstop. Chelsea Four can come up and make the play. The ball's got away from the first baseman, Jess Torpy, which sees base runners scamper around the base paths. Runners on 2 and 3. None out. Up to bat, Stacey Porter. Very difficult play to come up and make there by Falcon. Just couldn't quite get the handle on it.
Third base, number 16, Stacey Porter.
Stacey Porter will be looking to utilise every ounce of her experience here. She's no stranger to this environment. And it looks as though Queensland are wary of her ability and have offered her the open base at 1, much to the disappointment of the New South Wales crowd. But some would say a very intelligent move by the Queensland team to eliminate any damage Stacey Porter can do and bring up Sam Poole with loaded bases, none out here in the first innings. Sam will be looking to capitalise on the opportunity. Looks at the first pitch, takes it inside for ball 1. The New South Wales bench are up and about here. Up on the fence, screaming for their team. Great defensive play by Carmel Sorensen. Didn't allow that one to get by. With the ever dangerous Georgia Casey on third base. You don't want to start giving away free runs so early on in the game. A swing and a miss by Sam Poole. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Justine Smethurst will be looking to, again, stamp her authority here. High for ball 3. None out. Loaded bases, 3 balls, 1 strike. Sam Poole, ground ball to shortstop. Falcon comes up, makes the play at 1. Not before Georgia Casey crosses the plate. Scores are even, 1 all. Runners on 2 and 3, 1 out. Good at bat by Sam Poole there. Puts the ball in play, puts the pressure on the Queensland infielders. They have to make the play. Falcon's good enough. Takes the regulation ground ball. Did think about the play at the plate. But then obviously realised that time wasn't on her side, and they wanted to make the play. And here we have Queensland yet again giving up the base to Taylor Titsakronis with a base open. They've awarded her a free ride to first base. We still have loaded bases. Now we have one out. Batting is Michelle Cox, first base. She'll be certainly looking to redeem herself from the last innings and again put New South Wales on the board here with their second run. Harmy Sorensen thought that she might have snuck the corner of the plate there. Not to be. 2 balls on Michelle Cox. Swing and a miss. Foul ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 away for New South Wales. Smithhurst rocks back. Let's go. Great location. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Michelle Cox. And again, fends that one away, fouls it off. Count remains. Titsakronis on first, and Stacey Porter out there on second, and Stacey McManus on third. There's certainly experience, and there's a hit between the third and shortstop hole. Scores McManus. Cox is happy with herself. High fives all round. 2-1 New South Wales. Up to bat, number 31, Rachel Lack. New South Wales still pressing, loaded bases. As coach Fabian Barlow addresses the infield to go through the instructions and make sure that everything's all okay in the middle, and that this New South Wales outfit don't be given any more opportunities to score run. As Fabian makes his way back to the dugout. Stacey Porter over there on third will be very much hoping that she crosses the plate for New South Wales' third run. Rachel Lack takes strike 1. Smithhurst in the middle. Inside for ball 1. On Rachel Lack. Outside, ball 2. High for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike on New South Wales number 31, Rachel Lack. And another hit between the shortstop third hole. Forkin takes it again. Nice and clean across to 1, but again, not before an all-important third run for New South Wales crosses the plate. With Stacey Porter getting high fives all the way around. No doubt Rachel Lack will be given the same love as she goes back to the dugout and gets the congratulatory high five from her teammates. Shannon Keevers, number 83 for New South Wales, now steps in with 2 away. Runners on 2 and 3. New South Wales leading 3-1. with 2 out here in the bottom of the first innings. Chelsea Falcon, ground ball across to first base, and that's all for New South Wales, but not before they scored 3 big runs in their bottom half of the first innings. As we move towards the second innings, New South Wales hold a 3-1 lead. Leading off for Queensland, in their top half of the second innings, DP, Stacey Webber. Wearing uniform 15. Stacey, very powerful hitter in this Queensland lineup. Looking in fantastic shape. And I know coming into this tournament, a lot of work has been done by Stacey to get herself in the best possible condition to compete at the highest level, and she's certainly proved her worth this week as one of the all-time good hitters. Check swing, pop up, she won't be happy with that. New South Wales easily taken there by third base Stacey Porter. Registers the first out for Queensland. Brings up to bat number 24, Jessica Torpey. Jess on the back of a home run in this morning's playoff final. Very powerful left-hand hitter, first base. A long time Queenslander. Takes that outside for ball 1. One ball and 1 strike on Torpey. Fouls that. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jess Torpey. Kaya Parnaby takes instruction from Taylor Titsakronis. Gets herself set. And a swing and a miss. That's all for Jess Torpey. 2 away. Third base, Dorinda Stone. Looking to get things started for Queensland here. Affectionately known as Dory to her teammates. Big cut at that first pitch. Strike 1. Parnaby again. Shallow outfield hit. Comfortably taken out there. by New South Wales left fielder Rachel Lack. Sorry, Sam Poole out there at left field. That's all for Queensland. In their top half of the innings, score remains Queensland 1, New South Wales 3. Justine Smethurst finishes her warm-up pitches before the start of this innings. She'll be certainly looking to contain the New South Wales lineup and not let them get away with any more runs. It's Charles Moore leading off for New South Wales. Takes a first pitch strike. Plate umpire Richard Dodds from Victoria calling the shots. And again, swing and a miss, strike 2. Two strikes. And a pop up there to Falcon at shortstop. Takes a comfortable catch there to retire Moore. One away for New South Wales. And it brings up to bat original leadoff, number 42, Georgia Casey. Strike 1 on Casey. Inside for ball 1. Georgia Casey gets set. Takes that low and outside for ball 2. Thought about it. Check swing. Was over the plate. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Georgia Casey. High for ball 3. Fouled off by Casey. Count remains. Smethurst goes back, clears the mind. And there's a base hit, Georgia Casey. Fantastic at bat. Looked for her pitch. Drove it through the shortstop third base hole, which sees herself safely on first base. Shortstop Stacey McManus comes to the plate. Wearing uniform number 50. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Very experienced campaigner is McManus. She'll certainly know what's expected of her here. Sets, takes the pitch for outside. 2 balls on Stacey McManus. Georgia Casey safely aboard on first. McManus, big swing. Fouls that off for strike one. Healthy swing of the bat there by McManus. Should be certainly now just looking to move this ball. Taken high for ball three. Kerry Porter at third base coach for New South Wales just delivers the message to Stacey McManus. Check swing, foul ball. Strike two. Queensland will be really searching for this out here. They certainly don't want to give another base runner up, which they have done so. Ball four. Georgia Casey moves to second base. Stacey McManus up to first. Brings to the plate number 16, Stacey Porter. And this is the environment Stacey thrives on. Her favourite day of the year, she tells me, on the calendar is today. And she will certainly be looking to make the most of this with two runners on, one out. And she'll be calling on all of her experience here. And has a healthy swing at that pitch. With a wry smile. She knows exactly what to be doing in this situation. Very good pitch location there by Smethurst. Just took a little bit off that. Created that little bit of doubt in the mind of Porter. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Stacey Porter. And a change up. That is a great pitch location. Stacey Porter down swinging. 2 away for Queensland. And that's a big out in the context of this game. Queensland cannot ill afford for Stacey Porter to create any more havoc. Sam Poole comes into bat with healthy swing for strike one. Smethurst looking good in the middle. It's contained these New South Wales batters after Georgia Casey getting on. Followed by Stacey McManus. But a big out in the form of New South Wales power hitter Stacey Porter. And again another healthy swing by Poole. Smethurst is using very good variation here, together with good location. Two balls and 2 strikes on Sam Poole. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out. Foul ball. Okay, count remains. Very big crowd here at Mirrabooka International Softball Complex, who have been treated to some fantastic softball all week. The weather has been kind, the crowds have been good, and the softball has been outstanding. So well done to everybody who has contributed to such a great week. As Sam Poole ducks under ball 3. Full count. 2 out. Ground ball shortstop. Chelsea Falcon makes the play. Confusion at shortstop. Chelsea Falcon didn't realise the runner from 3 had continued on towards home plate, and as a result scampers through for New South Wales' 4th run of the game. Sam Poole scampers round to second.
Another run for New South Wales on the infield hit.
Stacey McManus stands up on third.
Coming to the plate.
With runners on 2 and 3.
Number 60,
2 out.
Tsitsikronis.
Up to bat, number 65, Taylor Tsitsikronis. With New South Wales leading by a score of 4-1 in the bottom half of the second innings. Defensive pressure again applied by New South Wales and Queensland. Have given up the run. As Smethurst looks to close this innings out. Tsitsikronis with a healthy swing and a wry smile. Strike one. One strike on Tsitsikronis. High for ball one. Very experienced Taylor Tsitsikronis coming through the junior national program up into the open level. Where she just gets herself set. Takes time. Sorensen goes out to speak with Smethurst to make sure that they're all on the same page, as does Christy Porter, who has a chat out there with Tsitsikronis. And McManus on third. Two balls and one strike. Another foul. Tsitsikronis not happy with herself there. Thought maybe that she's seen a little bit more of that than we did. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tsitsikronis settles in. And again, fights that one off foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. We have runners on 2 and 3. We have 2 out. And a 4-1 lead to New South Wales. Low, ball 3. Oh, Tsitsikronis almost decapitated Stacey McManus, who had to take evasive action there. Stacey just tells her to hit it out there. And again, Tsitsikronis fouls one off. Good battle here between pitcher and hitter. Sees Smethurst looking to close out this innings. Tsitsikronis, on the other hand, has different ideas. Takes ball 4. Safely aboard at first base. Loaded bases and 2 out now. Brings to the batter's box number 47, first base, Michelle Cox. As Queensland here are making a change. Out of the game, it would appear, comes Justine Smethurst. And taking over the duties, number 19, Sandra Holden. Has been given the responsibility by head coach Fabian Barlow to come in and stem this New South Wales batting lineup.
Pitching change for Queensland. Now into the game, number 19, Sandra Holden.
Here we have Sandra Holden being brought in by Queensland in the bottom of the second innings. Long-time Queensland representative, Aussie Spirit player. Who'll be certainly looking to use every ounce of her experience here to ensure that this innings finishes sooner rather than later, and Queensland get back in to try and eradicate this 3-run deficit. Michelle Cox at bat with 2 outs. Strike over the plate. Exactly what Sandy Holden was looking for. Get ahead in the count. Great pitch location. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Michelle Cox. Well done, Sandra Holden. Exactly what coach Fabian Barlow was looking for. Queensland get the 3rd out. That's all for New South Wales. New South Wales scores 1 more run to take a all-important 4-1 lead after 2 completed innings.
And it's really great to see a large crowd here tonight at Mirrabooka. It's been a long time since we've had this many people. I think the last time we had a crowd this big would have been my last game. Yeah, I know. Don't give up my next go.
Top of the 3rd innings. Queensland lead off.
Leading off for Queensland here in the top
Number 21, Tamika Whitefield.
hit the center field for Wall.
Yes, Eddie, do your job here.
Hands up. Right fielder number 42, Aaron. Press.
Jay,
Let's go, Eddie. Here we go, Eddie. Come on, let's go. Go here, Aaron. Here we go, Aaron. Yes, Ed. Yes, Ed. Come on, 4-2. Do it, Eddie. Here we go, Ed. Here we go, Ed. Work hard, Aaron. Here we go. Come on, let's go. Let's go, Aaron. Let's go, Eddie. Here we go, Eddie.
fantastic effort. Taylor Titsakronis there to try and take the catch. To no avail. Gets away from her. Erin Thrass lives to fight another day. Jade Wall still safely aboard out there on first base with none out. 2 strikes on the hitter. Parnaby receives instructions from Titsakronis. Thrass set, takes a big swing, fouls that off. Foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes on Queensland right fielder Erin Thrass. Tough play, Stacey McManus. That's a fantastic out. Gets the force at 2. Great awareness, Stacey McManus. Georgia Casey takes the ball at second base to force out Jade Wall. Erin Thrass safely aboard at first base. Brings up to bat number 15, designated player, Stacey Weber, with 1 out. Top of the 4th innings. Strike 1. Called by plate umpire Richard Dodds from Victoria. One ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on Stacey Weber. Disappointed with herself there, Stacey. Just couldn't quite control those hands. Got away from her. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Stacey Weber, who we understand became an auntie during the course of the week. So no doubt the Weber family very excited about the news of the newborn. And I'm sure that Stacey, and I know Grandpa Ivan is up in the stands here, he's certainly looking forward to getting back home to Brisbane to see his new granddaughter. So congratulations all round to the Weber family. And let's hope Auntie Stacey can stand up here and get Queensland on a roll. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big out for Parnaby, a big out for New South Wales. 2 out now. Runner on 1. Jess Torpy to bat. Swing and a miss by Torpy. Strike 1. Titsacronis just barks instructions to the New South Wales Firestars to make sure they're all aware of exactly what's happening. Rolling outside for ball 1. Evans account, 1 ball and 1 strike on Jess Torpy. Swing and a miss for Torpy. Brings up strike 2. Jess has had a fantastic week for Queensland. And lays off the pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jess Torpy. And again, ball in play, across to Stacey Porter, uncharacteristically bobbled. No time to make amends, and as such, Torpy safe on 1. 1 out, runners on 1 and 2. Dorinda Stone up to bat. New South Wales will be looking to defend this lead and make sure there's no advancement of any of the base runners. One ball, 1 strike on Dorinda Stone with 2 out. Taken for strike 2. We have Jess Torpy on first base. Erin Thrass out there on second. Dory Stone sets. Parnaby, big strikeout. That's all for Queensland. No change in the score. Remains unchanged. New South Wales 4, Queensland 1. So, as we alluded to earlier on, we're joined by Shane Cantelmi from Softball Australia, the National Events Coordinator, who's here at Mirrabooka International Softball Complex. We have touched on the domestic competitions that are around the country at the moment, with plenty of softball going on, both here and in the eastern states. And Shane's going to tell us a little bit more about the international scene now and what's coming up for the Aussie Spirit.
Thanks, Mike, and we apologise for the loss of sound earlier as well due to technical difficulties. But as Mike mentioned, the upcoming events for the Aussie Spirit, Australia's Open Women's team, later this month is the Denso Series at West Beach in South Australia on Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 28th of January. The Denso team are part of the Japanese Professional League and they'll play against the Aussie Spirit. Also, after following from that, is the Asia Pacific Cup at Blacktown International Sports Park in New South Wales from Thursday the 1st to Sunday the 4th of February. As we see Sandy Holden pitch a ball to start the bottom of the 4th. So the Asia Pacific Cup will be the largest international women's softball event held in Australia since the 2000 Sydney Olympic Games. As we see ball 2 called there. And the Aussie Spirit will battle it out against national teams from Japan, China, Chinese Taipei, New Zealand, Italy and an All-Stars team. As we see strike 1 called there. So tickets for the Asia Pacific Cup are available online. Go to the Softball Australia Facebook page and find the Asia Pacific Cup event. Also keep an eye on the Softball Australia website for further updates. And we see ball 3 called there, and I will hand it back now to Mike Tithridge to continue the coverage.
Thank you, Shane. Yep, plenty of softball going on around the world and around the country, which is exciting times for softball here in Australia. As we see Georgia Casey in the bottom of the 4th innings, aboard on a base on balls. Brings in the ever reliable number 50, Stacey McManus. None out for New South Wales. McManus shapes to bunt. Low and away for ball 1. Coach Kerry Porter relays the instructions to Casey on first. Acknowledged by McManus, who again shapes to bunt. Executes perfectly. Puts the ball in play. Puts the pressure on Queensland. Carmi Sorensen comes up, makes the play, and Mel Weaver very much on the tip of her toes there, taking that at first base. 1 away for New South Wales. Up to bat, number 16, Stacey Porter. Strike 1 on Porter. And a hard hit ground ball to shortstop. Well taken by Forkin. Comes up throwing, makes the play. Retires Porter. 2 out now for New South Wales. Brings up Sam Poole with 2 away. Swing and a miss by Sam Poole for strike 1. Again, throws that change up with great effect. Poole battles away, fouls it off for strike 2. Rolling outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sam Poole. Georgia Casey out there on second base. And a great shot to the right field by Sam Poole, comfortably taken by Thrass. That's all for New South Wales. No score to that innings. 4 complete, 4-1 New South Wales.
And you're back with Shane here, and as we head towards the 5th innings, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the support of Softball Australia's partners. Firstly, our principal partner, the Australian Sports Commission, for their fantastic ongoing support. Eastern Australia, who have supported Softball Australia for over 15 years. Greytrex, the official apparel and merchandise supplier of Softball Australia. Also Sportslick International, V Insurance, Envisio and Travel Stream.
Yeah, certainly wouldn't be able to hold events like this if it wasn't for our kind sponsors. And thanks again, as Shane just said, to our principal partner, the Australian Sports Commission, for their fantastic ongoing support, and Eastern Australia, Greytrex, SportsLink International, V Insurance and Visio. Fantastic organisations heavily involved in softball in this country, and for their support, thank you very much. Leading off for Queensland in their half of the 5th innings, Tamika Whitefield. Takes a strike across the plate. Parnaby is showing great control and composure out there in the middle, being very effective. Whitefield wanted nothing to do with that. Looks around at coach Fabian Barlow. Gets herself set here. 1 ball and 1 strike on Tamika Whitefield. Ground ball, Georgia Casey. Cross to first base to Cox. Makes the out for 1 away for Queensland. Brings to the plate number 8, original leadoff, Mel Weaver. A very passionate Queenslander is Mel Weaver. She'll be looking to give her team every chance of scoring runs here by getting herself on base. Takes ball 1. Outside for ball 2. Mel Weaver wanted nothing to do with that. Titsakronis just goes and makes sure that Parnaby's all fine. Gets herself ready to deliver the instruction. Healthy swing. Oh, great attempt, Georgia Casey. Just couldn't quite get a handle on it. Mel Weaver lives to fight another day. 2 balls, 1 strike on the Queensland captain, with Kami Sorensen on deck. Low for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike on Mel Weaver. Titsakronis a little bit unbalanced there in the dirt. Great play, Georgia Casey, but not in time. Mel Weaver aboard with a safe hit to second base. Brings up the powerful Carmel Sorensen. Hit by Sorensen. Shallow left field. Taken comfortably. Georgia Casey receives the ball at second base. Stacey Porter goes in and congratulates Kaya Parnaby on a great out. 2 out for Queensland. Brings to bat number 25, Chelsea Falcon. Inside for ball 1. Chelsea Falcon very much loved around these parts, being a West Australian, and it has a healthy swing at that. Chelsea has lived over in Queensland for the last few years and now playing for the Queensland Heat. And I'm sure our very own West Australian Flames will be very excited to see her back on this side of the country. Again, swing, foul ball, strike 2. Chelsea's recently returned from the USA, having played a season in the National Pro League, where she put up some very good numbers in her role as one of the leaders of our great sport. Low on outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Chelsea Falcon. Mel Weaver on first base. And hard hit ball to Stacey McManus comes up, makes the play. Cross to Cox at first base, and that's all for Queensland in their top half of the 5th innings. Score remains unchanged. New South Wales 4, Queensland 1.
And you're back with Shane Cantelmi here, and here to let you know about, for all our younger players around the country, the Softball Australia Advanced Player Tours. So for the boys, we have tours for the under 16 and under 14 age groups to Wellington, Taupo, Rotorua and Auckland, with games against New Zealand squads and regional teams. And for the girls, there's a number of tours coming up as part of the Softball Australia Advanced Player Tours. For the under 19 girls, there's a tour to the USA in July 2018 with a college camp plus featuring the Aussie Spirit Fast Pitch Pro League. For the under 16 girls, going to Japan in October 2018, featuring a training camp in Tokyo and Chiba, which is the host of the 2018 Women's World Championship. And for the under 14 girls in New Zealand in April 2018, going to, again, Wellington, Taupo, Rotorua and Auckland, with games against the New Zealand squads and regional teams. Applications for the Softball Australia Advanced Player Tours are now open. Contact the Softball Australia office, or contact number here is 1300 66 6675. Go to the Softball Australia website, softball.org.au, or contact Brooke Wilkins, brooke.wilkins@softball.org.au, or Softball Australia's office email address, info@softball.org.au.
Fantastic play there by Dory Stone. Sees Taylor Titsakronis be the first out of the innings. 1 out for New South Wales. Up to bat, first base. Number 47, Michelle Cox. Takes first pitch for a ball. Sandy Holden has been sensational since she's come in to relieve Justine Smethurst. She has really put the screws into the New South Wales hitters and contained them with effective, controlled pitching. As we know, Sandra is renowned for. Hit straight back up to Sandy, who makes the play across to first. That's all for Cox. 1 away for New South Wales. Brings up to bat centre fielder Rachel Lack.
With 2 away, center field, number 31, Rachel Lack.
Takes strike 1. Strike 2 on Rachel Lack. Sees Sandy Holden well and truly ahead in the count.
Yes, Sandy. Yes, Sandy.
Strike 3, all she wrote. Very clinical. Sandy Holden, well done. And well done, Queensland. 3 up and 3 down. In the bottom of 5. After 5 complete innings, New South Wales 4, Queensland 1. As we move into the top half of the 6 innings, Queensland will be led off by uniform 17, centre fielder Jade Wall. High for ball 1 on Jade Wall. As 2 balls on Jade Wall. As we're in the top half of the 6 innings. Puts the ball in play. Parnaby comes up, makes the play, not in time. Jade Wall safely aboard, moves around to second base on the errant throw. Second base will do. She acknowledges the dugout. Erin Thrass comes into bat, number 42 for Queensland, as they look to swing the momentum and move across the base runner, and Coach Barlow just having a chat to Jade Wall as Kerry Porter comes out and addresses the New South Wales troops. They will certainly be in there having a chat, making sure that each and every one of them knows exactly what the play is. There can be no confusion. Communication. Titsakronis just barks the orders back to the infield. None out. Runner on 2. Thrass in the box. Takes a pitch from Parnaby, high, foul, strike 1. One strike on Erin Thrass, Queensland. Takes ball low. 1 ball and 1 strike on Erin Thrass. Check swing straight back to Parnaby. Gathers the ground ball, makes the play to Cox. That's all for Thrass. 1 away for Queensland. Coach Barlow comes down to plate umpire to make a change. And it would appear that Stacey Webber is being replaced by number 7, Tara Speakman, who comes in for her first at bat.
Now batting number 7, Tara Speakman.
Tara Speakman looking to put her stamp on the game. Takes a ball outside for ball 1. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Tara Speakman. On deck we have Jess Torpy for Queensland. Titsakronis has taken a shot to the knee and bounced up like a jack in the box. Obviously no damage. The joys have been a catcher. One ball and 2 strikes on Speakman. Strike 3. Great pitch location, Kaya Parnaby. 2 out for Queensland. Brings to bat number 24, Jess Torpy.
With 2 away, first base, number 24, Jessica Torpy.
Let's do this here, Mala. Do this, Jess. Here we go, Mala. Yeah, Mal. Here we go, Mala.
Ball 1 for Jess Torpy
Do this too.
with 2 out in the top of the 6th innings. Queensland chasing a 3-run deficit.
Go, Mal. Get it, 2-4. You can.
Great shot by Jess. Straight down the throat of Rachel Lack out there at centre field. That's all for Queensland. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. Go into the bottom of the 6th. New South Wales 4, Queensland 1.
Softball Australia would like to thank the Australian Sports Commission, Sportslink International, Great Rex, Easton, and NSR Australia.
As we move into the bottom half of the 6th innings here at Mirrabooka International Softball Complex, where New South Wales currently hold a 4-1 lead over Queensland. And I know that there's a lot of support not only here in Western Australia for the New South Wales Firestars, but the New South Wales Open men's team currently online, and a few of their more experienced campaigners are listening in live to the broadcast. So to JT and Harry, thanks for listening in, gentlemen, and I hope you're enjoying the coverage. Shannon Keevers leading off for New South Wales. Strike one. Sandra Holden has not put a foot wrong thus far in her time in the middle. Doing everything that Coach Fabian Barlow had the confidence she would be doing. And again, strike two. Shannon Keevers. Strike two. On Keevers. And again, great pitch location from Sandy Holden. Sees the ground ball made to third base. Safely across to first for the first out. Very well played by Dory Stone. Making the play across to Jess Torpy. Brings to the plate number 85. Tali Moore. Attempted bunt, fouled off, strike one. With one away. Strike two. Outstanding location, again by Sandra Holden. No balls and two strikes. Foul ball. Chopped into the ground. Sandy Holden comes out, makes the play, not in time. Safely aboard, Tali Moore for New South Wales. On first base, brings up original leadoff, number 42, Georgia Casey.
Second base, number 42, Georgia Casey.
Georgia Casey all set to take the pitch from Holden. Check swing. Umpire shot down the first baseline. Did she go? No, she didn't. Georgia Casey takes strike one. Two balls and two strikes on Georgia Casey. The bottom of the sixth innings with one away for New South Wales. Fouls that one off. Tali Moore on first base. Fouled off by Georgia Casey down the right field line. Brings the count to 2-2.
Yes, Andy.
Two balls and two strikes on Georgia Casey. Be looking to find the outfield.
Great pitch.
3 balls and 2 strikes now on Georgia Casey. Runner on first with 1 out. Takes ball 4. Runners move to run and 2 with 1 out for New South Wales. Brings to the plate number 50, Stacey McManus.
With runners on first and second and 1 away. Coming to the plate, shortstop number 50, Stacey McManus.
Go, Sam. Yes, Andy. Yes, Andy.
Another opportunity here for McManus to move the base runners around. Takes that ball outside for ball 1. Looks to coach Kerry Porter. Puts the signals on.
Good, Sandy.
And Stacey McManus executes perfectly. Puts the bunt down, advances the runner to 2 and 3. Did her job, sacrificed herself for the good of the team. We now have 2 out, runners on 2 and 3. Up to bat, number 16, Stacey Porter.
Yes, Sandy. Yes, Sandy.
Porter takes ball 1. Gets herself set. Inside and low for ball 2. Which Sorensen now says, that's enough, Stacey. Have first base. Brings up Sam Poole to bat. Number 95, second base. Strike 1 on Sam Poole. Queensland were hoping to get out of this one without any more damage. One ball and 1 strike on Sam Poole. Loaded bases. 2 out. Bottom of the 6th innings. New South Wales lead 4 runs to 1. Gets away from Sorensen. Moore comes in to score. Casey moves around a base to 3rd. Porter to 2. 5 runs now to New South Wales.
Let's go, Sandy. Get out of this. Here we go. See you working, Hiding close, Sandy. Keep the pressure on, Sandy.
Sam Poole takes ball 4. Loaded bases, which brings into bat catcher number 65, Taylor Titsakronis. Strike 1 by Sandra Holden. 5-1 New South Wales. Evens it up 1-1. Shallow fly ball. Comfortably taken by Jade Wall. That's all for New South Wales. Not before they score one big run. After 6 complete, New South Wales 5, Queensland 1. Looks like there's been a change made by Queensland and head coach Fabian Barlow bringing in to the game number 67, Jessica Donnelly. Kaya Parnaby all set to take charge here in the top half of the 7th innings to close the game out for New South Wales. And starts with a strike. They'll be very clinical here, New South Wales. They'll be just looking to make the outs, knowing that they've got a 4-run lead. It's low for ball 1. Evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike for Jessica Donnelly in her first at bat. And for her troubles has just taken one on the elbow. Takes first. Brings up to bat number 21, left fielder Tamika Whitefield. Has a healthy swing at that, fouls it off. Strike 1 on Whitefield. With Jessica Donnelly safely aboard on first base. None out for Queensland in the top of the 7th. Another healthy cut from Whitefield. Fouls that one off. Strike 2. Low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Whitefield. Jessica Donnelly on first base. None out Queensland. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Whitefield. Healthy cut foul by Whitefield. Didn't quite get out in front of that. She'll be looking to make amends this pitch. And again, ground ball to McManus, clinical as ever, comes up, gets the force out at 2. Tamika Whitefield safely aboard on first base, but not before the combination of Stacey McManus and Georgia Casey give Queensland or New South Wales the first out. Brings up original leadoff, number 8, second base, Mel Weaver. One away Queensland, looking to stay alive. The strike called on Mel Weaver. Top of the 7 with 1 out. Low, ball 1. Shot by Weaver, cross to McManus, to Casey, double play, it's all over. 2018 Gilley's Shield champions, New South Wales, have finished the game beating Queensland 5 runs to 1. Congratulations New South Wales. Commiserations to Queensland in what was an exceptionally high calibre of game. You couldn't ask for a better way to finish that. Clinical. 6-4 to 3. McManus to Casey to Cox. Back-to-back victories for New South Wales, having claimed championship success last year in Sydney, have backed it up again with another win here in Perth to retain the Gilley Shield and soon to be crowned national champions.
Have your attention, please. Is there an Amanda who ordered Papolini? Your meal has arrived.
As both teams shake hands after what was a fantastic final. The crowd very appreciative of the quality of this game. Both teams are to be very proud of their achievements thus far this week. Unfortunately, there always has to be a loser. The spoils of victory with New South Wales, and unfortunately Queensland today wasn't to be.